Good morning to you. You live in a shoe. I just went through Starbucks to get my coffee for the day. Look how, somebody noticed this the other day. They said that window rolls down so slow. They said that in a comment. I was like, that is true story. Like, what is going on there? The motor must be broken. Yeah, because my other one is like really fast. What is the deal with that window? Look at that. That's the sadliest window in the world. Well, I guess it's not as sad as the crank up window. Do you remember you had to crank up the windows back in the day? Oh God. I'm getting kind of a late start to the day. A really late start. I'm running errands right now. I just went to the bank. And then I've got to go to the post office and mail something. I need to go to Meijer, but I'm not going to do that till after my meeting tonight. My like nose is sniffly and stuff, but it's like so cold outside today. It is 25 degrees and it feels colder. And I just looked on the weather app and it said that it's supposed to be 60 on Saturday, but then all next week it's supposed to be cold and snowy again. So I think winter is here to stay. But that's kind of just how winter is in Indianapolis anyway, or just weather is in Indianapolis anyway, is that one day it can be like really like snowy and you know, cold, and like the next day it can be like 60 degrees outside and nice. It's like Indiana weather is so weird. And yeah, I just, when I went through Starbucks, I was noticing on the app that they have it's like a Christmas background. Have you guys seen this? Do you have the Starbucks app? Well, now I won't do it, but anyway, it has like red on the back with like a little green in the middle of it. They do that so special for us for Christmas. For those of us, I guess, that celebrate Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm sorry, but I fell asleep last night. I was asleep in bed by 11 o'clock, and like I woke back up at like 12:30, and so I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep for the night. But then because I had the vlog done and everything like that, but then I woke. Oh, I wanted to put the vlog up. I'll wait till I stop. I had the vlog ready to go this morning. I mean, I could have posted it at 8 o'clock this morning. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I could not go back to sleep, you guys. Has that ever happened to you? Oh my God, it was horrible. I couldn't fall back asleep. It saved my life. God. I look a bit like a train wreck today. Speaking of trains, I woke up this morning and felt like I had been hit by a train. And it's mostly in my legs and in my like right here. Which is so weird when you think that like I just did like 8 minutes of exercises yesterday. I don't know, it must be all about getting the form right or something like that he did it yesterday, because whenever I do the exercises with him and then like the form is like 100% accurate, you know, like that's when it really hurts compared to if I just go in there and do like 2 hours worth of shit in the gym, you know what I mean? People have always said, you know, how important form is, and also how important eating is, and I have got to go to Meijer today and get all my stuff for my eating correctly today. So I'm gonna do that here in a little while. If I don't, I'll do it after the meeting tonight. So anyway, yeah, I went to bed really late last night. Well, I mean, I slept from 11 to 4, but then like when I came home, I went and drove around and listened to my audiobook, but then when I came home, I couldn't fall back asleep. And I finally fell asleep. I don't know when it was late, because I took Boo and Tucker out, and then I brought them up to bed. And so it was Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee and all of us were so cuddled in bed, and it was so cozy and warm. So cozy and warm. Like in my head thinking about all the stuff that I have to do today before I have to get ready and go to this meeting, and it's like 3 o'clock already. It's 3:26. I need to be home. later than like 4:15. But typically what I do on Tuesdays is like take a shower first and then get ready. And then I start filming the videos, and then that way, like, whatever I get done, if I get one video done, I get one video done. If I get 5 videos done, I get 5 videos done. Do you know what I mean? And then, like, but at least I'm ready to go to the meeting. Which I actually haven't heard from Tanya today, which is weird. She usually texts me at some point on Tuesdays, and it's like, are we going to the meeting tonight? But I haven't heard from her today, so I don't know why. Bow wow, bow wow. Do you know what's interesting when I go by these restaurants? It's like Fridays, Maggiano's, Sullivan's, all these places are always busy, but P.F. Chang's is never that busy anymore. Do people not go to P.F. Chang's? I don't really enjoy P.F. Chang's. I have to be honest, like, if I'm gonna eat Chinese food, like, I would much rather have really, like, just strip mall Chinese food. Like, we have Mark Pies here. I don't know if you guys have Mark Pies, but I think Mark Pies is like some of the best Chinese food. But you know what I mean? Just like those little shops I think are so much better. Or like the small buffets. Actually, one of the things that's really good, I don't know if you know this, is a little trick. If you go into a buffet, like let's say if there's a Chinese buffet that you really like, right? Well, if you go in and you get carry out, not from the buffet, but like let's say if you call in, you order it, like if you really like their buffet, or if you think your buffet is pretty good, because I'm the expert at Chinese buffets, but true story, I really am. But you go in there and then, or you call in and you order fried rice or whatever, it's like the best fried rice in the world. Like typically, Chinese buffets that have pretty good food on their buffet, like their carry-out food is 100 times better because they're not cooking it for the buffet, they're cooking it in the back. So if you like their buffet, you're gonna really like their carry-out. And it's cheap, it's so cheap too. This Dragon House, if you live in Indianapolis, the best Chinese buffet in Indianapolis is called Dragon House, and it's in Fishers. And it's so cheap. It's like, I don't know, it's not even like $10 for the buffet. There used to be this one here my ex and I used to go to all the time. I think I talked about this on here not too long ago, called Forbidden City. It was so good. It was kind of like an upscale Chinese buffet. Like, I mean, it was like a really nice buffet. Okay, my goal today, here are my goals today. Stick to my healthy living all day. I don't believe that I'll be working out tonight because I'm too sore. Get my vlog done early again today and piece bits of it together as I drive throughout the day because you guys seem to like that. Get at least 2 videos done. Probably my Peter Monn and my Peterisms channel. Let's see, do a live stream tonight, go to my meeting, and clean out at least 1 box of books in the basement. Those are my goals for today. That's a lot of goals. I mean, come on, folks. I'm pretty, I mean, for 3:30 in the afternoon, and I already got my coffee. That was one of my goals. That's my goal every day, but there's that boy from that. Every time I come here and I'm sitting here, there's always that kid up there on that billboard for that Taylor University, and it drives me nuts. And he's just sitting there, and he's like, have I talked about this on here before? Here, I'll show you, okay? I mean, he's not really, like, he's probably, I don't know how old. He's probably 25 or something. Do you see him? It drives me crazy. I don't know why. Why does that drive me crazy? It's just so cheesy, I think. Can we get a new billboard, please? Thank you. I love that it says right here at this Jiffy Lube, we service all makes and models, okay? This exact Jiffy Lube over here, which I have one that I take my car to and I don't really ever have problems with, but I've had problems with a lot of different Jiffy Lubes in the past. But this Jiffy Lube right here, I went in there and to change a headlight, and they told me that they didn't have the instruments to do it. So right there, we service all makes and models is total bullshit, number one. Number two, another Jiffy Lube my car was having like major problems, and they told me I needed a new battery, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna get a new battery if this isn't what it is. I can't even remember what was, it was like, it was weird. It was like starting, this has been like 4 years ago. I legit still have the battery in the back of my car because it wasn't the battery. And my friend owns a shop, and so I finally took it to him because he had been out of town or something, I don't know, and like, I didn't want to take it to a full service shop because they're more expensive. I just wanted to take it to like a Jiffy Lube or someplace like that and just find out what was going on. Oh, you need a new battery. I'm like, are you sure I need a new battery? Because I just got a battery like 6 months to a year ago. They're like, yeah, well, it's something with this, and this. And I was like, okay. So, and I honestly probably do need a new battery now, but I got a new battery, and then my friend looked at it and he's like, it's not your battery at all. And he's like, so I had the old battery back there, and he put that in there, and like the new battery is still sitting back there that I should have returned to Jiffy Lube, and I didn't. Because I was like, well, if I ever need a battery, now I have one. And then it's been sitting back there ever since for like 4 years. So I go to Jiffy Lube. I go to this one Jiffy Lube that I really trust. It's the one that's like in Fishers, Indiana. It's the only one that I trust. I go there, and these people on this car like here, right? I mean, more power to you, but they really want people to know that they smoke pot. They've got like the Chicago Cubs like sticker, and in the middle of it is a cannabis leaf, and then they have something else, and there's a cannabis leaf, and then they have like a peace sign, and in the peace sign there's a cannabis leaf, and then they have a sticker of a hippie bus, and then there's a cannabis leaf behind it, and everything has a cannabis leaf on it. People think I'm always like really judgmental about people that smoke pot. I totally am not at all. And I have friends of mine that smoke pot, right? I mean, they don't typically do it around me because they know how I feel about it. Like for me, it's like I can't smoke pot because I would be smoking it all day, every day. I do believe in the decriminalization of marijuana, though. I think that we are incarcerating and paying for incarceration for so many people that have violated drug screens based on marijuana. It's ridiculous when you think about the cost of incarceration for a day. We could be incarcerating people that need to be there. It's ridiculous. And I also think that at some point, once we destigmatize, I cannot have this guy sit out here in this cold. And you're welcome. Anybody that wants to sit out in 25-degree weather deserves a little bit of something, I'm sorry. But, what was I gonna say? I just can't imagine being like, and I know I'm not stupid. I know that these people that are out here, you know, asking for money and stuff like this, I know that the majority of them aren't, but there's not a lot of them out today, and they're usually all along this road, and it is really, really cold outside. And I just can't imagine not having any place to go, you know, in 25-degree weather, or not having anybody anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay, so, back to cheerier things. But, like, I do believe that, once we destigmatize marijuana, I think that we will probably start using Marinol as a more effective means of medication. I think we will actually medicate kids that have ADD and ADHD with it. And I think that we will use it for, you know, like in Indiana right now, I know that we use it for people that have full-blown AIDS because it helps them build an appetite. I know that that's like one of the only reasons that you can use it in the state of Indiana, like medically, I think. Like, because I've known somebody that was medically, given Marinol, and that's like one of the only reasons I know that you're able to give it to them. But anyway, I don't have a problem with people smoking pot. I could care less, you know, when people want to smoke pot in the evening and you want to have it like a cocktail and whatever. But if you're smoking pot all day long, or you have to have 15 bumper stickers over your car, I would feel the same way if it was somebody that had 15 stickers of Absolute Vodka over their car, or 15 stickers of Budweiser over their car. I'd be like, it's really important for you to let the world know that you drank this much, right? And I just think that at that point, you know, it's a lot. It seems excessive. But I don't pass any kind of judgment on somebody that wants to smoke, you know, smoke it. I just don't understand this incessant need to talk about it. Like, that's what I don't understand. And that's from an addict's point looking in and being like, okay, that almost kind of seems like addict behavior to me. Like, when somebody talks about shit all the time, especially like when you're like, let's say 30 up, like, let's just be for real, right? Like, you don't sit around with your girlfriends, like when you're at work, and go like, God, I can't wait to go home tonight and do some shots. Do you want to come over and do some shots? Yeah, and then, like, you know, after we do some shots, we could sit there and we could, like, you know, I don't know, we could, you know, make some margaritas. And then when we were done making the margaritas, we could go get a, you know, a case of beer. And then we could sit there and we could, you know, I mean, at some point you would look at this girl and you'd be like, this is a straight up alcoholic, right? So, but then I think, like, that's the perception of people that smoke a shit ton of pot when they're talking about it all the time. They always have to mention it, right? Like, hey, look at me, I smoke pot, right? But the thing is that, like, there is something going on there if you're talking about it all the time, right? But because it's pot, then what we say is, oh, no. See, like, you have a problem with pot. I don't have a problem with pot at all. Smoke your pot, right? But please don't come at me with your statistics of how safe marijuana is, because I have worked in the field of addictions for a long time, and I know the statistics, and I've seen the results from simulated airplane, you know, landings and cars driven and all that kind of stuff. And when people say things like, I drive better high, or all, no, you really don't. You just think you do, is the case. Because studies have been done on all of that. So anyway, how did a car with like 500 bumper stickers get me going like that? I don't know. It's your fault. It's your fault all day long. I'm at the post office, so I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I'm leaving the post office. I was just stretching. Do you ever just like stretch like? I was like in the post office and I was like, well, I kind of went off on a tangent about pot smoking, and all this other kind of stuff. Like, it was just like a really random, however long I was vlogging for, you know, and I was like, well, that's who I am during the day, driving around, my thoughts going through my head, the things that I do. So I guess I'll just, you know, it's a, I was gonna sing a little song there, but I don't know what I was gonna say. Now I'm going home to film some videos. I actually was just sitting there reading my emails, and I got this really funny email that I think I'm gonna include in a video. Do you guys wanna know a true story? Okay. I love this chapstick. First of all, this lip balm from Pat McGrath. But, which used to be next to my office, but I cleaned out all of my little chapsticks and lip balms now down here. So instead of having 400, I now have Johnny, the amazing alien blueberry lip balm from Hot Topic. And then I have the pumpkin pie, just chapstick, and then I have the Pat McGrath one for when I'm feeling bougie. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I was gonna tell you guys something. Wiggle your toes and you'll remember. Now I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, it probably doesn't matter anyway, does it? It's a lip thing. Oh, that's what I was gonna sing. What was I gonna say though? I was gonna say something to you guys. Don't you hate that when you forget what you were gonna say? Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I had to work it through in my head. See, because I was gonna talk about this email in a video. And this is kind of how my mind works, like on the Peter Monn channel. It's like, I'll hear a song, and that'll be the song that I sang for the day on there. And then, like, just random shit comes in my head. But anyway, Do you know how many times a week I am contacted, I mean literally, right, of people using my pictures to catfish other people? I mean, I must be honestly one of the most catfished pictures out there, and I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's, what's interesting to me about it is that it's always like it's always like these, like, seeking arrangements or Facebook. It's a lot of Facebook accounts and Instagram accounts, a lot of those. And it'll be my pictures, but it'll be like supposedly like a straight man, and they'll always age me up like 15 years, right? They'll always say like 62-year-old, really nice grandpa looking for a nice lady to settle down with. I'm like, seriously? I'm like, okay, I have been in all of these websites now, like sugardaddy.com. I mean, people seeking arrangements. All these people send me these and it's always like these crazy names and stuff. So if you see that, could you just report it for me? Like, let me know, I guess, but report it. It happens on Instagram literally all the time. People are constantly sending me like fake profiles on Instagram with my pictures. And what's really sick is that they go in there and to legitimize their their profile, they'll take pictures that I have with like Carlitos or Sebastian to make it look like they're with their grandkids or something. And I'm like, this is so sick that, okay, first of all, that you actually took my pictures and called them your own, yeah. But I kind of laugh it off. I mean, I think the first couple times it happened to me, I was like, how dare they? You know what I mean? Like, whenever anything happens to you the first time, you're always kind of like, real up in arms about it. But then after that, I was just kind of like, whatever, it is what it is. And, but fire truck going the other way. But anyway, but to use like my family members' pictures in it, like seriously, it's crazy to me. And then they go in and they follow people that I know. Like, that's what's crazy, right? Like, why are you going to set up a fake account and then follow, because these aren't like people that are like haters, okay? It's not like that. It's not like they're doing it because it's like they're doing it because they like want to catfish somebody, like to find a woman or have her send them money or I don't know what, end up on the Dr. Phil show or something. But like, if you don't want to get caught, maybe not follow people that I know, like, personally, because that's probably a pretty good way for me to find out, don't you think? Like, when somebody follows, like, my cousin, and then she calls me and she's like, yeah, so there's, like, a fake account with your pictures on it. They just followed me. I'm like, how do you know? And she's like, because nobody follows me, and so when they do, I always go look at their account. You know what I mean? It's like, are you so dumb? I should start a service and you can buy my pictures and you can use them as your own. And then this one guy on Instagram, he thought we looked alike or something, and he tried to kind of like mix our pictures. Like, so like one picture would be me and then another picture would be him. But he said we were like the same person. And I'm like, dude, we don't even look that much alike, except for that we both have white hair and a beard. Like, other than that, like, there's not really any similarity between us whatsoever. Just all of it cracks me up. Oh my gosh. My arms are killing me. It's all like in here. Because he had me do this thing where you go like this. I was trying to explain it to Alex and he's like, oh, it's like a weight machine. I go, no. It's like these straps that are like attached to the wall. And you pull yourself up like this. And then he had me do these lunge things with it too. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Oh my God, they're killing my arms today. I really pushed myself though, which was one of my goals yesterday. Remember I said I was gonna push myself this week with my trainer, so. I made it through my first training appointment. And now, hey. And now I am on, Do you remember that hairdo? This girl has it over here. Do you remember that hairdo? All my friends had it in high school that was like shaved on one side. I mean, it's starting to come back a little bit, I guess. I've seen it on a lot of people. But where it's like shaved on one side and then it's like way down low on the other. Most of my friends had that when we were in high school. Yep, and then I'm doing the healthy living thing today. I'm back on track, and I feel good about being back on track. I think in a way, it was kind of good for me to go out to dinner last night and kind of like eat it up and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, and what I realized was as much as I enjoyed it, like it's not something that I feel like I need to do like on a regular basis. Like I honestly, like I think I enjoy going out to eat more than I like eating the food that's out, if that makes sense. Like if I could start like really, and like Cheesecake Factory has a skinny menu. So if I was like really smart about what I was eating when I was out, like getting a veggie burger and just eating the veggie burger part of it and not eating like the bun or not getting it with a bun or anything like that, like I could eat out, you know, because I enjoy going out to eat with my husband or friends, but I don't. And like I think last night, like I kind of realized that like I could do that, you know, like I could eat out. It's like snowing so lightly today. It's so pretty, but I kind of realized that I could and all of the chimneys over here have snow on top of them. Let's see, I'll show you. This is, well, I mean, this is not chimneys, but can you see? There's snow on top of the buildings. And then over there in the distance, the houses and the buildings. It's the holiday season. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go home. That's sticky stuff on my... Mrs. Myers is back on the side. Mrs. Myers basil. Which, weirdly enough, doesn't smell like basil. It just smells clean. I think it's basil, isn't it? Basil, yeah. I'm gonna get off here and I'm going to head home and take a shower and get some videos done. Yeah, and that's about my life today. So I'm gonna, I will see you guys back here in, what's that show back in the day they always go 2 and 2? What's that? Chuck Woolery and the Love Connection. I will be back in 2 and 2. Bye. Hello. I'm on my way to go pick up Tanya Jean for our meeting tonight. I'm wearing my new coat that I got for Black Friday shopping because it is freezing outside. It is 24 degrees. Wind chill factor is colder than that. It's been snowing all day long. It's a very wintry time in Indiana. Yeah, it's gonna be 60 on Saturday, which is crazy. And these people are driving crazy in and out, in and out, in and out. Ooh, that's pretty. I wonder what that is. How are you guys doing tonight? I am ready for a meeting. I wanted to take a shower and like put something cute on, but I was running late getting my videos uploaded. So I just threw on a black long sleeve t-shirt and I washed my face, brushed my teeth, a little lip balm on, ready to go. I remember when I was a little kid, you know, I always had to wear like a tie to church on Sundays, and the church that I went to was kind of dressy. And we went to like an inner city church, and my parents picked the church out specifically because they wanted me to experience a lot of diversity, economic and, you know, all kinds of diversity. And but I had to wear a little tie every day to church on Sundays. And I can remember when I was like, God, I don't know, probably it was late elementary school, so like what, 10, 11. I said to my mom, I said, I don't want to wear a tie today. And she said, you're going to wear a tie today because we wear a tie when we go to church on Sundays. And I said, God doesn't care if I wear a tie or not. And she goes, my mom looked at me and she goes, no, you're right. God does not care if you wear a tie or not, but your mother does. And then when my mom passed away, my mom just like loved bright colors and spring and all this kind of stuff. And I wanted, since she died in May, I wanted to wear like like a linen suit, like a cream linen suit, and I was gonna wear like this button-down collar, like linen shirt that was like light blue and all this kind of stuff. And I had it all picked out, and I told my aunt that, and she said, "You're not wearing that." I said, "What?" And she said, "You're gonna go and you're gonna pick out," she gave me like the money to do it too. She was like, "You're gonna go and you're gonna pick out a suit and you're gonna wear a tie to your mother's funeral because it's appropriate and your mother would like you like that," which is exactly right. My mother would have liked me like that. My mom forever loved me in like khakis and a button-down collared shirt and like penny loafers. Like she would have had me in that my entire life. That's how she liked me to dress. I said, "Okay, Aunt Kathy, can I get some sunglasses too?" And then I called my dad and I said, "Dad," I said, "Aunt Kathy said that I have to wear a suit to Mom's funeral, and it's my mom's funeral. I feel like I should be able to wear what I want to wear." And he said, "Your mother would want you in a suit. You need to wear a suit. It's only appropriate." He said, "It's your mother's funeral." I was like, okay. I guess I'm not gonna win this one. So I wore a suit. But you know, my mom would have wanted me in a suit anyway. I mean, honestly, she would have probably said, "I don't really care, but a suit would be nice. I think you would look appropriate in a suit." My mom and my aunt were very weird about things like that, like manners and what's appropriate. And I'm like so bad with thank you notes. And my mom and my aunt always wrote like amazing thank you notes, you know, and they would include like, I was just gonna say, "Hey, I'm getting on here to tell you I'm going to a meeting, and I'll be back after Tanya and I go to our meeting." But like they would write these really elaborate thank you notes, like, you know, whatever I gave my mom for Christmas, like it wouldn't just be like, "Hey, thank you for, you know, the Christmas presents, it was so nice." It was like, "Thank you for the specific kind of perfume. I've worn it 3 days this week. I get compliments on it wherever I go. It's such a beautiful scent, and I love the lilac, you know, tones to it. And thank you for the sweater. You know, blah, 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 whatever. I'm gonna wear it for New Year's Eve." And, you know, she would always be very, very detailed about, you know, like, you know, "Thank you for this book. You knew I wanted this book," or "I love this author so much." And just very detailed thank you notes. And my grandma taught them that because, you know, they grew up very, very poor. And I think my grandma's attitude about it was that, you know, I will say the one thing about this coat, it's a very nice coat, but like it doesn't zip up. You know, it's like got one of those zippers that like catches. I hate that. But I think my grandma's attitude was, you know, like my mom always believed that class has nothing to do with how much money you have. Class has to do with how you treat people and, you know, things like that. And so I think my grandma was of the same mentality. I have not finished my coffee from today yet. But I will say I finished more of it than I usually finish. I can't believe Tanya hasn't texted me and said, "Oh, where are you?" She just called me. I'm almost there, Tanya Jean Applestein. Prettiest girl I've ever seen. Tanya Jean Applestein, prettiest girl. I am so sore, you guys. Like, I've gotten sorer. I've gotten more sore. Is it sorer or more sore? I've gotten, my body has hurt more throughout the day. And it's really my legs and like my upper chest and like right in through here. I guess I worked out a little harder yesterday than I thought I did. She's outside. Or no, she's not. That's the front of Eric's car. It looks like her standing out there. The mirror looked like her hat. Let's see if she has a hat on. She doesn't have a hat on today. Hi! You look pretty. Pretty as a picture.
Oh my gosh, I hate this weather.
She hates this weather. Pretty as a picture. Oh, I love her sweater that she's got on. Look at your sweater.
Hate this weather.
Say hi to everybody. Everybody keeps on asking. They say, have Tanya Jean on.
Hey, hey.
Hold up your arm so they can see your sweater, how pretty that is. It's like
My double chin always.
Oh, shut up. Now, hold this up real quick so you can see. Look at that. It's like, did you knit it?
No, I got it at a boutique, you know, girl.
Tanya loves these boutiques around here. She's constantly boutique shopping. Okay, so we're gonna have a little catch up here, and we will be back. You smell good. What do you have on?
It's the pheromone perfume from the sex store.
God, Tanya!
No, from the beauty or the.
It's turning me on.
Baby, them pheromones are changing.
They changing me. Okay, we'll be back later. Bye. Okay. We're not at our meeting yet, and Tanya said not to put her on the camera. She goes, don't you think my face looks so full lately? And I wasn't even listening, and I go, And she goes, you do? And I go, no. But we're not even at our meeting. Okay, let me just tell you what has happened in the 15-minute drive. First of all, it's snowing all over the place. But let me tell you what's happened in the 15 minutes, okay? We got pulled over, which never happens, by a very nice police officer because my tail light's out. So I guess it's my tail light out because he went and looked. He didn't, I had to go back and look and see which one it was.
Yeah, he was nice.
He was so nice, and we're sitting, he's like, where are you guys going tonight? We're like, to an AA meeting, and Tanya goes, thanks for breaking my anonymity. So then, we're almost to our meeting, we're literally turning to go to our meeting, and there was an accident right there. And I'm like, oh my God, we are not supposed to make it to this meeting tonight. See, if it was up to me, I'd just go out to dinner, but Tanya's like, no, we gotta go and get some spirituality.
That is so not true.
She is like doing this.
Go left.
You look so pretty. I know where I'm going. Don't be ordering me around. I was moving the camera and it turned off. Tiny Jean Applestein, I see you. Okay, we're gonna get off here now. We'll be back later. Bye. Okay, I'm leaving Tanya Jean's. I'm heading home. We were looking at Christmas lights, and we went and I actually did get a fountain pop tonight. I got a Diet Pepsi. And, but other than that, I've eaten healthy all day today. I cleaned a box out of the basement of books. I now have 5 boxes of books. And I picked some out that I think I'm gonna do a giveaway for on my BookTube channel. And let's see what else I did today. Filmed my videos, stuck to my diet. What else did I say this morning that I was gonna do? I can't remember. But I've done like almost everything that I said I was gonna do today. I've been very productive. I'm very proud of myself. And I'm going home now to do a live stream. So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Somebody commented on my video, I don't know who it was, but they said I should review the men's Chanel makeup line, which I had seen something about, but I didn't really look into it. And there's a couple different brands that have actual like men's makeup lines, but when I was waiting for Tanya to leave the meeting tonight, I like looked it up, and I was like, it's very cool. It's like 4 products, and I was like, you know what? Like, I could do this. Like, I think I would be willing to invest. I mean, I'm sure I didn't look at the prices of it, but one of them's a lip balm. Oh my God. So it's like a lip balm, and then there's like a concealer, and then there's something else. It's like a face cleanser. And I was like, I could do this, and I could review this, so I think I'm gonna do that. So yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna go home and live stream right now. It's 10 o'clock, so I'll probably, once I get the dogs out and everything, start about 10:20, 10:30. Alex is over at his girlfriend's house. Her stepmom made them dinner tonight. He was real excited because she made meatballs, and he said they were fantastic. So yeah, that's about the life right there. And he'll be home in just a little while, and I'm gonna live stream, and yeah, and then listen to my audiobook. Well, I'll vlog after that for a little while, obviously. And then listen to my audiobook, and then go to bed and start the day over tomorrow. Look at the clouds, how pretty they are back there. I haven't been like too extraordinarily hungry today. It's interesting. Like, usually on a day that I like break my diet and I eat horribly, like the next day I'm kind of like very like screw it attitude and like I'm just hungry, I want to like, you know, eat whatever I want to eat. But I didn't feel like that tonight. I didn't feel like that today at all. I felt pretty focused. But I did eat things that I had at home, and I need to still go to the grocery store because I'm out of some things. And like I'm out of, what do you call it? Almost all of the Morningstar stuff, and I need to get some other kinds of oatmeal. So, yeah. And some of the suggestions that he had, like lentils and beans and things like that. I was telling Tanya that I'm like, the Christmas music that I'm into this year is like, because the Doc Severinsen band was playing. Wasn't that on Johnny Carson, the Doc Severinsen band? I can't remember. But I like that, all that old Christmas music. It kind of reminds me of Christmas Eves a little bit, because our Christmas Eves were always like very dressy and, you know, sit down dinner, and I wouldn't say like the food was necessarily like real Christmassy. It was, you know, we'd have like beef Wellington or something like that, you know, and it's always very, you know, candle lit and lots of music playing, and then people would come over to my aunt's house. We had it at my aunt's house usually, and then until my mom, you know, had the whole incident with putting the car in the thing. The meeting tonight was fantastic. It was kind of fun. Got to talk to a lot of people afterwards. It was so cold though, we were all just kind of standing around inside talking. And we talked about character defects tonight, step 6 and 7. And, you know, I remember when I hadn't gone to meetings for a few years. When I came back in and started consistently going to meetings again, my sponsor at that time, like I would walk in a room and I would, you know, walk in looking at the ground, and he would say, you put your head up, you're a person of character today, you know, there's no reason for you to be ashamed. Put your head up and be proud of who you are. And I remember that. And like, one of the things that we do at this meeting is that when we close the meeting, we say the Lord's Prayer, but like as we're holding hands, we like go around and I know it seems very cultish to some people. It doesn't feel that way though, you know, after so many years. But we go around and we look in each other's eyes and we like nod, and it's a way of identifying as well as, you know, being a proud member of a 12-step program, and, you know, not being ashamed of who we are, and being able to look each other eye to eye. That was something that was really hard for me for a long time, you know, was to look people in their eyes. And then when I got sober, that was something that, you know, especially with that sponsor that I had for the majority of my life, that, you know, I really worked on was, you know, being proud of who I am. And like I said, you know, sobriety is not about shame or blame. It was so funny when we got pulled over. The police officer was so nice. And okay, I was messing with the camera. So anyway, but I was talking about like getting pulled over tonight, and Tanya and I were like on the way to the meeting. We actually we talked about it in the meeting too, but because we sat in the same group. But well, we were talking about before the meeting started, that like our response was so different than it would have been like 25 years ago, you know, that I mean, we were just kind of like sitting in the car, like waiting for him, you know, and Tanya was like showing me these texts and stuff like that. And I used to let like any little thing like that set me off. And I really think like the last 3 months of getting up on a daily basis and like really practicing, you know, prayer and meditation and being peaceful and serene, like it's kind of like I have a gas tank full of like serenity and peace that like when I encounter situations that in the past I would have reacted to like with anger or whatever, I just don't react the same way today, you know? And I wouldn't say I am numb or dull to it. I just don't I don't respond the same way that I would. I mean, react. I respond. I think I sit on it, and think about it. But I definitely don't react the way that I would have back then, on anything like that. And I think it's testament to how much that stuff works in my life. Of really doing positive affirmations and meditating. Oh, by the way, when I was cleaning up my books tonight, because or today when I was cleaning up the books in the basement, I knew I had this meditation book, and it's like this evening meditation book. There are meditations like before you go to bed, and I didn't actually look inside of it. I can't remember. I think my dad gave it to me. I'll have to look, but I found this book, and it was at the bottom of this box of books that I've had forever and ever and ever, and I was so excited. I was like, I'm so excited that I found this book because I really wanted it and I was looking for it, blah, 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 whatever, so I did. So anyway, yeah. This girl over here looks like a friend of mine that I had back in the day so much, but it's not her. I know, because do you ever like search the shit out of an old friend? Like seriously search the shit out of an old friend and try to find them on social media or anywhere. I could not find this friend. And we were really, really good friends back in the day. And she and I used to drink a lot together, but she wasn't an alcoholic. And at the time that I got sober, we had kind of a falling out. We'd had a really ugly fight. Like I would say, probably 3 to 6 months before I got sober. And I think at that time she could, she realized that her friendship with an active alcoholic and addict probably wasn't going to go in the direction that she wanted to, so she exited from my life. And so then I got sober, and I didn't see her for a long time. And then she and I was in my apartment one day, and she just happened to ring the doorbell. And it was 6 months later, and she came upstairs to my apartment, and we were sitting there talking, and she's like, hey, I was in the area, and she was like, I just wanted to say hi, I'm getting ready to move, and blah, 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 and I just wanted to see if you still lived here. And I was like, oh my God, it's so great to see you. And we talked, and I was able to make amends to her for my behavior and all this kind of stuff. Well, then I never saw her again. Literally never saw her again. Had no clue where she went, whatever. And this is you have to remember, this is way before social media, So I would say it was probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I searched for her everywhere and could not find her. And I finally found somebody that resembled her. Okay, this is how I found her. This is crazy. So I remember what her dad's name was and where he was from. And I searched his name in that city, which was a real small city, and his obituary came up. Well, she only had one sister, and so it was her name, and then it had her married name and her sister. So then I took her married name and I looked it up on Facebook, and I found her. But I wasn't sure if it was her or not, because her profile picture was she was living in a city far away that I didn't think was anywhere that she would be, and it was a picture of a children's painting. It ended up being her daughter's painting. But anyway, I was like, oh my God, is this her? And I sent her a message, and I was like, I don't know if you're the right person, blah, 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 whatever, but I used to be friends with such and such person back in the day, if this is you. And she's like, Peter, oh my God, it's me, how did you ever find me? And all this kind of stuff. So we started talking again. I haven't talked to her in a while, but we went back and forth and talked for a while. But have you ever done that on social media? It was so nice to reconnect with her. And as much as we talk about the negativity of social media and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, it has brought people back together, in some ways, when you're looking for people. I have friends of mine from the past that I've tried to look up that are nowhere to be found on social media. I mean, nowhere. I have no idea where they're at. They are nowhere to be found on social media. And I'm always like, God, get on Facebook or something so I can, on Instagram or somewhere, so I can find you, But I also understand people's lack of wanting to be on social media. I mean, it makes a lot of sense to me too, Christmas time is here. What do you think that is as we get older, that yearning to like want to find people that we knew in our past, you know? This girl that I knew in high school, junior high and high school, she was really popular and always very, very sweet to me too. There was like 3 girls that were friends, and 2 of them I knew from elementary school, and then she like came from like, because our junior highs merged, and so she reached out to me because her daughter, who is I think 11, wants to start vlogging, and so she was asking me about it and like cameras and stuff like that. But I mean, I haven't talked to her in years. I mean, probably, I don't know, maybe like my high school reunion, which would have been, you know, 2010. That was my 20 year that I went to. And so, she was like, I told my daughter that like we kissed when we were at the Vogue when we were in college. I'd completely forgotten about it, and I must have been wasted drunk when that happened. I kind of like vaguely remember it happening, but not really. And it's so funny, like when I look at pictures of her now, like on Facebook, because I went and I looked, and I was like, yeah, I mean, she's still in there. That cool chick, you know, that she's still there. And she's always so nice to me. She and her 2 friends were like so nice to me in high school, you know. And I know that sounds silly, but like not a lot of popular people were very nice to me. And you know, I remember that. And even those, you know, it's like even though maybe those weren't some of the best times in my life, some of those people that I sat in classes with or would laugh at, you know, a joke or whatever, like, you know, we went through something together. It's like those of us that graduated from that class and had gone to like, you know, junior high and high school together and stuff, it's like we were all together in it at that same time. Like there's nobody else that went to that school, graduated that year, you know what I mean? Like, and there's like a fondness about that. It's strange. And you know, I look back on that and it's like I don't really have a lot of anger and, you know, resentment towards those people today. I have kind of like a weird fondness for the people that I shared my high school experiences with. Isn't that strange? You know? We were all just a bunch of kids, I think, and even though they brought like, you know, some sadness into my life, that's what we were at that time, was just a bunch of kids, you know, going through it together. All right, so I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna live stream, and I will be back later. Reporting live from the bedroom. I am here with Pee-Pee, the flying chihuahua, and Boo and Tucker. And who do we have with us, Pee-Pee? Well, we have all of Pee-Pee's friends. We have Opossum. Is that Opossum? Do you love Opossum? Yeah. And then we have, this is who he got for his birthday. We got Otis. Yeah, there's Otis. Hi, honey. Yeah. And then who else do we have? We have Mousy. We don't know what he was, but we think he was a mouse. It's Mousy. Look at Mousy, Pee-Pee. You want Mousy? I think Mousy is Tucker. Tucker! Come here, Tucker. Look at Mousy. And then this is our favorite. This is the house. This is the Monn Paredes mascot. And her name's Lady. Now, Lady. Look, Pee-Pee, it's Lady. Tucker loves Lady. But Pee-Pee sleeps with... Okay, so let me just show you something so funny. So, Lady is lamb chops, obviously. We have 4,000 animals over here. I did a whole video about this on my Peterisms channel. So, where's Lady? Where'd Lady go? Come here, Boo Radley, give me Lady. Okay. So, this is what Lady looked like when we first got her, okay? But Lady's stuffing has been taken out. Do you see Pee-Pee? They're so cute, aren't they? So, there's my husband's very messy couch over there with all of his laundry. And here's Peter's couch with a fan on it. Very clean. And anyway, so, yeah, they're so cute. Here, should we move so that people can see you? There we go. Okay, so when we got Lady, this is what she looked like. This is what she looks now. Okay, skinny sister. Right, Boo Radley? Right, Booby? Okay, hold on a second. You want this? You want Lady? So I was at the kennel one day, and somebody had left us behind, and Tanya said, do you want this? Because we know how much Pee-Pee likes it, right? You want her? They snubbed their nose at her. They are like, that is not Lady. That is not our... You want her? Aw. But do you want opossum? He said, oh, Dad's home. That was over real quick. They opened the door themselves. Anyway, okay, Alex is coming home, so I'm gonna go and I'm going to talk to him for a little bit, and then I'll be back and I'll vlog in the car. I am getting us all new bedding for Christmas. Yeah. And that was Alex, wasn't it? Yeah. And then I'm also getting us the robes. The robes that we had when we went to Unico in Mexico. I've looked everywhere and I found them. Hello?
Hello, babe.
I'm upstairs vlogging. What are you doing?
I'm walking in the door.
Are you on the phone?
No.
Oh.
Are you on the phone?
No, I'm vlogging. How was dinner?
It was good.
You had meatballs?
Oh my god, they were so good.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm gonna get...
What are you vlogging about?
I'm telling us Christmas secrets. Don't even worry about it. I'm telling Christmas secrets. Don't even worry about it.
Well, I wasn't worried. I was curious.
So I'm gonna get all new bedding, and I'm gonna have it on the bed on Christmas Eve. And then I'm gonna get robes. Can I just show you something for a second? Can we just talk about all my husband's underwear? Yes! I'm telling secrets!
Are you whispering?
Yes!
Oh my god.
Can we talk about all my husband's underwear?
They
Which...
better close captioning then.
Can we talk about... I'm showing your underwear. This is all of my husband's underwear, half of which is mine.
Showing my underwear?
I'm showing how much you have. Look at all of this.
I don't feel comfortable with that.
Oh, shut up. Oh, so, yeah. Welcome to the house of Monn Pretos. Did you bring home any extras?
No.
All right, well, I'm gonna get off here and I will be back in just a little bit and I'll be vlogging then. Bye. Okay. I cannot find, I took my other hat off in the bedroom and I have no idea where I put it. Like none whatsoever. I just broke the straw into my fountain pop. So thank God I have other straws from Starbucks over here. And I am getting ready to drive around for a little bit and listen to my audiobook. I'm not gonna vlog for a whole lot longer. I think I've been like vlogging for like 45, 50 minutes. So I'm just gonna vlog for a little bit longer, like 5-10 minutes, end it. Alex and I were hanging out at the house. Well, obviously, he came upstairs and we were just hanging out in bed with the dogs and talking and filling each other in on our day and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day. Very cold though. It's 23 degrees outside, still snowing a little bit. I said, did you think the snow was so pretty? He goes, what do you think? He hates the snow. Oh my Lord. I will say that that down coat that I got, even though it doesn't zip real great, is very comfortable, or very warm. This coat is warmer too, is warm too though. I don't know which one is warmer actually. I don't know. Do you know? Which one do you think is warmer? I'm gonna try to really clock some time into my audiobook tonight. So basically, I'm an entire month behind on Harry Potter because I am not going to try to rush and get another 20-hour book done in 3 days. It's just not going to happen. So basically, at this point, I'm an entire month behind, which means that I'll be finishing the Harry Potter books in February, not January, which is fine with me. It's not that big of a deal, right? I mean, it's just reading. So anyway. I changed my contacts because one of them kind of felt weird. And then I don't know if you guys wear contacts, if it's like this for you. I've worn contacts since I was, I don't know, 16 years old, but it's so weird because, is my phone charged? It's pretty charged. Whenever I change my contacts, at first, they don't feel right. Like they feel like they're old and my eyes are dry or something. And like I need to change them, but I just don't. I mean, but then I have to just kind of get used to it. Does that make sense? Do you guys wear contacts? Are they like that for you? It may also be because I have astigmatism, because it's typically my left eye, which is where my astigmatism is. And my contacts, the kind that I have, don't correct astigmatism. Are really decorating for Christmas this year. Very pretty. I need to make a list of all the stuff that I want to get at the grocery store. I was going to go later tonight, but I think that, because it's still early, it's like, oh, it's 12:07 right now. I was going to go tonight, but I think that I'm going to go tomorrow and make a list of the things that I want to get. Because if I don't do that and kind of plan out my meals or my weeks, I will just, you know, go crazy. One of the things that he said I could do, oh, their tree is so pretty. They have a Christmas tree in the window. One of the things that everybody's got such decorations, such pretty decorations. That one of the things that he said I could do was that I could, what do you call it? Like supplement stuff. Like if I was behind on protein, that I could supplement it with the protein powder. But I was looking at the protein powder today. It was like you could get like, you know, a vegan protein powder, which it's the protein powder I have at home is plant-based. But the problem is that the carbs are high on it. So it's like 21 grams of protein, but it's like 20 grams of carbs, which I'm supposed to be keeping low. So I'm like, well, how do I keep my carbs low? I think I only get like 25 carbs a day, which how do I keep my carbs low if then I'm also drinking one of these protein shakes? Like, I don't know how I do all that. I don't know. I'm just going to have to play around with stuff until I figure it out. You know what I mean? And then people in my live stream tonight were like, well, basically you're doing the keto. Oh, I did a live stream. I didn't tell you that. Yeah, I did a live stream. We had a lot of fun. It was really fun. People were like, these are your people in here. This is like old school Peter Monn in here. It was fun. But like people were like, basically you're doing the keto diet, which I guess I don't even really know what the keto diet is. But Tanya said that to me tonight too. She's like, basically you're doing the keto diet. And I'm like, oh, okay. Is that what the keto diet is? High protein, low carbs, high fat? I don't know. So it'll be interesting tomorrow when I go to the grocery store to see like what things I can have. But I have a feeling fountain pops probably are not one of them, you think? I mean, at least they're not that healthy for me, but I'm not cutting everything out. I'm gonna do the best I can. Maybe down the road, if I want to end up getting rid of fountain pops, I will, but for right now. But you know, I am surprised at like how sore I am today. I mean, he, like, that 8 minutes of a workout, and Tanya and I were talking about it, and, you know, she was like, yeah, but, like, 8 minutes working out with a trainer, having you do the exercises correctly, is, like, a half an hour or 40 minutes on your own, you know? And she's like, because you're really being put to the test of, like, doing every exercise exactly correctly, you know, with the correct form and everything. And she's like, and the reality is you probably haven't been doing anything the correct form for a while, which is true. I probably haven't, you know? So it's like, okay, finally now I'm doing everything like correctly, and damn, my body is not used to all that. It just isn't. I think I'll use Johnny. Did you guys ever know that song back in the day? Did you ever know that song? It was called Dear Johnny or Johnny. about this football star. Oh, I know who it was by. I don't know how I remember. It was Todd Snyder. I used to love this Todd Snyder guy. Do you know who he is? He's like a singer. He's like a real grassroots, like bluegrass kind of like singer, kind of folksy. But anyway, he did this song called Johnny or Dear Johnny. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And it was about this kid that was like a football star, and then he went away. I think he went to the war or something, and he came back, and he was like real disillusioned about life and whatever. Where'd Johnny go, or something like that. It was such a great song. And then another one of my favorite songs, I actually have this on my iTunes, is Alaska by Michelle Shocked. I loved that song so much. That was one of my favorite songs of life. Do you guys know that song? Hey, Shell, you know it's kind of funny. Texas always seems so big, but you're growing. I don't remember the rest of it. If I heard it, I would know it. My friends and I back in the day, we loved that song. And I was talking about Weezer on my main channel today, and I couldn't remember that it was Weezer, but it was Weezer. And I used to love Weezer. Oh my God. That album that's like blue and they're all standing in the front of it, that was like one of my favorite albums of life back in the day. I love that holiday song. I might have to download some Weezer. I couldn't remember that it was Weezer, and then somebody commented on it. I mean, I'm sure more than one, but because I was like, I can't remember what band it is. And they were like, it's Weezer. I used to love Weezer too. And then they were talking about Green Day. And I used to listen to, I mean, I still listen to great music, but I used to listen to great music back in the day. And you know what? I still have all those CDs down in my basement. I almost told Alex tonight, he doesn't go down the basement except for to do laundry, and I almost went down in the basement, or I almost, I mean, he goes down there if he's like feeding the dogs and stuff like that, but like he doesn't go in there to look around very often. And I almost told him tonight about the books, but I'm like trying to get stuff done, and then I want him to be like, to notice and be like, oh my God, you really got some of this stuff done. Because I always tell him that I'm going to get it done, and then I never get it done, right? So I want him to like be surprised and be like, oh, you really did get some work done. Yes, getting it all done down there. That's going to be one of my little Christmas presents to him too. He's wanted that basement cleaned out forever. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm real motivated to do it when before I wasn't motivated, you know? Like, I don't know what's changed in me, but I am. To get it all done. I have so many books down there. Oh my God. I mean, I've literally, you guys, I probably have like still like 6 to 10 books to go through, 6 to 10, 15 boxes of books to go through. And I've already got 5 boxes of books to go to Half Price Books. And I don't like, these books like are not books that I want to like read, you know, like whatsoever. So it's like so weird that, oh my God, this sticky shit is all over my, okay. This has just turned into misery. So I had that sticky stuff all over my hands. And then like, as I was like pulling it away, I pulled the camera off of here. Then I had to like pull in, okay. And then I realized that I don't have my wallet. So now I have to go back home to get my wallet just so I can drive around and listen to my audiobook. What misery. Anyway. Such is life, such is life. So anyway. Well, by that time, when I go home, I can just upload the vlog so it'll be rendering, and then I can maybe get it up earlier tomorrow. So there, maybe, see, it's a win-win situation. When God hands you lemons, make lemonade Pop-Tarts, I guess, or something. Oh, I still have that stuff all over my hands. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Have you watched this long enough that you know what I'm talking about? It's like, so I have this like pad up here on my kind of on my dashboard, and it'll hold the camera in place. It's like the sticky pad. But this summer when it got hot outside, it melted completely to my dashboard. So it's real sticky, and if I like touch it, the snow is really coming down all of a sudden. If I touch it, it like sticks to my finger, and then I get the stickiness. Excuse me. There's my fart sound from my vlog that everybody liked. That was in my live stream tonight. They were like, oh, we love the fart sound. So anyway, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, so then that sticky stuff gets all over my hand. It's misery. I hate it. I looked all over this car. I could not find my vlog. I like got out and everything, so I was like, we'll see. I hope it's at home. I know I brought it in with me when I came back from the meeting. It is going to be a cold winter this year, I feel. And it's like anywhere that you go, everybody talks about it. It's like you go to the gas station, people are like, sure is cold outside. Go to the grocery store, sure is cold outside. I was going to say go to the Blockbuster. Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore. I miss it. It sure would be fun if it did, though. My jaw kind of hurts right here. Probably from too much talking. Too much talking. Between the vlog and my videos and Tanya Jean. I'm like still trying to find my wallet. I like legit don't go anywhere without my wallet. I shouldn't say never. I rarely forget my wallet. I keep it in the front of my backpack. So I typically take my backpack places with me, like as a bag. And if I don't, then I take a fanny pack and then I have it like in my fanny pack, right? But if it's just at home, it's in the front of my backpack and I just grab it out when I leave if I don't take one of those. Like if I'm just gonna go listen to an audiobook, I don't bring my backpack. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway. But I know I took it in, so. Well, unless I dropped it on the way out to my car. I don't think I did. I had my phone in one pocket of my coat and I had my camera in the other. And I thought I had my wallet in there too, but I guess I didn't. I was kissing Alex goodbye because he was giving PP his medicine. And I must have just walked out without grabbing my wallet. Anyway, well, I think I'm going to sign off for the night so I can go in and upload this and grab my wallet. Hopefully I can find it. And then listen to my audiobook a little bit and hopefully not stay up too late tonight and get a good night's rest. Get up tomorrow, do a little face mask and a little prayers and meditation. Start my day with some positivity, peace, and serenity. And yeah, and have a good day tomorrow. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. You've made it through half the week. And I love you guys so much. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.